I'm willing to bet that you've received a hug that's left you feeling, well, perhaps just a little confused or unsure about what the other person was trying to say. Maybe it was a friend who gave you a hesitant squeeze, or a family member who held on for a little too long. Whatever the case, it's clear that hugs can be a lot more complicated than they seem. So, in this video, we're going to explore 15 different types of hugs and uncover their secret meanings. Watch until the end where I reveal the most shocking one of all. From the sweet and sentimental to the awkward and uncomfortable, we're diving in to see what our hugs reveal about us and our relationships. I have to ask, have you ever received a hug from someone and you're just not sure what it means? Like, are they being friendly? Or is there something more going on? Or maybe you've given someone a hug and you're hoping it conveys the right message, but you're just not sure. I've definitely been there, and it's always left me feeling a little awkward and puzzled. But today, we're going to break down the mystery of hugs and get to the bottom of what they really mean. So let's get started. The first type of hug is the A-frame hug. You know, when you hug someone, but your arms are stretched out and you're not really making contact. This hug usually means that the person is uncomfortable with physical contact or is trying to maintain a distance. The arm around the shoulder hug is another common one. This is when someone puts their arm around your shoulder, usually in a more casual setting. It's a way of showing affection, without being too over the top. But did you know that this hug can also be a sign of dominance or control? The bear hug. Now, who doesn't love a really good bear hug? This is when someone wraps their arms tightly around you, often lifting you off the ground. It's oftentimes a sign of strong affection and protection. But be careful. This hug can also be overwhelming or even suffocating if you're not comfortable with it. The cheek kiss hug is a romantic favorite. It's when someone hugs you and gives you a gentle kiss on the cheek. This hug is a sign of deep affection and love. But it can also be a sign of possession or marking territory. Yikes! The cuddle hug is when someone wraps their arms around you and holds you close, often for an extended period. This hug is a sign of deep comfort and trust. But it can also be a sign of codependency or a lack of boundaries. The distant hug is when someone gives you a hug but keeps their body at a distance. This hug is a sign of discomfort or awkwardness around physical contact. The one-armed hug is when someone uses only one arm to hug you, often while keeping the other arm free. This hug is a sign of casual affection or even a lack of commitment. The pat on the back hug is when someone gives you a gentle pat on the back while hugging you. This hug is a sign of comfort and reassurance. However, it can also be a sign of condescension or even pity. The piggyback hug is when someone gives you a hug while also jumping on your back. This hug is a sign of playfulness and trust. However, it can also be a sign of immaturity or perhaps a lack of boundaries. The side hug is when someone wraps their arm around your waist or side while hugging you. This hug is a sign of comfort and friendship, but it can also be a sign of a lack of intimacy or romance. The squeeze hug is when someone gives you a tight, intense hug. This hug is a sign of strong emotions and passion, but sometimes it can also be overwhelming or even painful. The tap on the back hug is when someone gives you a gentle tap on the back while hugging you. This hug is a sign of reassurance and comfort. However, it can also be a sign of hesitation or uncertainty. The tight squeeze hug is when someone gives you an extremely tight hug, often to the point of discomfort. This hug is a sign of intense emotions or a need for control. The U hug is when someone gives you a hug but keeps their arms stiff and straight, forming a U shape. This hug is a sign of awkwardness or discomfort. And finally, the waist hug is when someone wraps their arms around your waist while hugging you. This hug is a sign of romance and intimacy. However, in some cases, it can also be a sign of possessiveness or control. Okay, so we've covered all 15 types of hugs, but now I want to focus on a few of the most surprising ones. Like, did you know that the side hug can be a sign of a lack of intimacy or romance? Or that the tight squeeze hug can be a sign of intense emotions or a need for control? So, which of these hugs do you relate to the most? Share your own hug stories or experiences in the comments section below. But wait, there's one more hug that I haven't mentioned yet. And it's the most shocking of all. Are you ready for it? The stiff arm hug, where someone gives you a hug but keeps their arms stiff and straight, is often a sign of manipulation. Yes, you heard that right. This hug can be a sign that someone is trying to control or manipulate you. So there you have it. 15 different types of hugs, each with its own secret meaning, from the sweet and sentimental to the awkward and uncomfortable. Hugs can reveal a lot about us and our relationships. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun and informative videos like this one.